And so the developers have published the first gameplay for a new class called Warlock. At this point in the canon, I should say something in the style of WoW, but instead let's try to take a true look at the pros and cons. The Warlock's avatar, and the look of it in the inventory itself, I really liked it. As you can assume, judging by the falchion, the class of Warlock is conceived as a mage who can do something in close combat. In favor of this is one of the spells available to him. It's called Power of Sacrifice. Curses the target by offering a sacrifice, you lose 2 health per second, but your strength increases by 15 units. In other words, the damage from your hand is significantly increased. Quite a risky investment, considering Warlock's 100 health. This spell never really found much use in gameplay, so I wouldn't be surprised if it gets reworked in updates over time. For example, strengthen it. Although, developer and cyber athlete are different things. Most of the developers I personally fought with play at best at the level of an average player, and often even worse. On the other hand, it's not like there are a lot of mid-tier developers out there right now. The game hasn't really been given a chance to play. I think those whose nicknames are hidden and are playing now are probably the ones who are guaranteed to be in the top 3 players in the ranking table if they keep it on the 6th playtest, early access, release, or whatever they plan. Still, playing on a closed beta, albeit without the right to record videos and narrations, is a strong boost to the game's skills. They're essentially at the source, keeping track of everything, even the smallest updates, and thus knowing ahead of time what will be relevant. When the bull masses just start playing, those who have played beforehand will already have a clear plan of action, tested in practice. It's impossible to compete with such people, but come on, I wasn't going to, but it will be a shame for the cybersportsman who didn't sign the NDA about non-disclosure. In the chat log at the top right you can see that several teams are playing. I'm going to assume that the server is running all the time, not just when official videos are recorded. Hence, someone is lucky to have the opportunity to play and gain experience all these months. Back on the topic of spellcasting, I don't really envision a Warlock being able to afford, for example, to cast Power of Sacrifice, after which he would engage in melee with a fighter or rogue. Warlock, like Wizard, I still see as extremely vulnerable to rogue's attacks. Unless, of course, rogue is significantly weakened with the updates or unless there's something else we don't know about the Warlock class. Moving on. Curse of Pain. It deals 10 magic damage to an enemy and curses them with Agony. Agony deals 10 magic damage for 8 seconds. Curse of Weaken. Weakens the target, reducing its base stats by 20%. As you can see from the gameplay, Curse of Weaken is cast in PvP and PvE, and then Curse of Pain is cast afterwards. This results in more damage due to the reduction of health stats and probably also from the first spell reduces the base resistance to magic if there is any. Probably also, due to the reduction of stats, reduces the movement speed of the enemy. Maybe that's what will counter rogue? If, of course, the Warlock has time to cast it. In general, Curse of Weaken and then Curse of Pain, this is the correct order of using these spells, at least judging by the gameplay, and on the playtest, perhaps, players will come up with their own combinations. Again, a lot of things remain behind the scenes. We probably haven't observed all of the spells and skills available to Warlock. Could it be that what we haven't seen will allow Warlock to be a top PvP class on the next playtest? Who knows how many combinations there could be. Plus, it's unknown how the other classes will be updated or if they will be updated at all. Skill didn't seem to be used at all, maybe it's not finalized yet. The perk was only one of 4 possible perks. By the way, an interesting observation, in one of my videos I already told about one person's advice to aim for mages not with the crosshairs, but with the hand, and it seems that in this video, playing as Warlock most often aimed with the hand. In general, the gameplay I did not feel any ambosity, but perhaps Warlock will be a worthy competition in PvE to the same Ranger. Time will tell. The developers themselves said that the speech about the balance is not yet, so everything can change. Warlock's perk is called Torture Mastery. Skill unknown. I can see that Iron Mace made a new splash screen. The loading screens sometimes say dark and darker. Also, on behalf of the viewer, I noticed a complaint about the player button. Apparently, it's about cheaters. I've already forgotten if I've talked about this button in my previous videos. New cross icon on avatar for dead teammates. Write in the comments, what innovations have you noticed and what do you think about it?